to the Freitas Effect. My name is Azeb.
I am Simon.
And you are with us right now today.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, anyways, how you doing?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I am very good.
Awesome.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I had a pretty great day. I mean, I guess it was a pretty great day. But yeah, it was a good day. I mean, especially for like today being Valentine's Day and like, Valentine's Day be rough for people. But
Facts.
I mean, I was receiving love all day and I don't get caught up in that. So felt pretty good.
Yeah, usually I protest Valentine's Day, but today I was really feeling just like, why do I need to? It's like there's just no need to bring that negative energy into the places that I'm going to be where other people are going to be in happy marriages and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, I could just be happy and single and enjoy everything that's going on around me because there was free chocolate strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they were so good. There were milk chocolate covered strawberries and I had never had that. And it was like a candy apple from a fair. Like it was like magical moment. But I was in the middle of the office, so it was just like I couldn't show how much I really loved it.
Yeah.
But we got through.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just funny because, like, in a lot of my group chats, like, literally, which are kind of made up of the same people, just usually minus one person, we were all just talking about, like, oh, today's the day when you scroll through Instagram and everybody's, like, posting about their significant other. And, like, I was like, honestly, like, I'm okay with that. But when the caption is cheesy as hell, like, I'm not going to like your picture and I'm just going to keep scrolling because I'm just like, everything is about the caption. If the caption game ain't strong, you ain't going to see this like.
True fact.
Yeah.
I even liked the
much
picture
Instagram
and then
rules.
unliked it because the caption was just, I
Literally, I'm like, you
it.
have to put the effort in.
Mhm.
If you don't put the effort in, why am I here?
Exactly.
This is for my entertainment.
fact.
Just kidding. Not kidding.
I don't know how I feel. All right.
Okay, so anywho, let's get into how the turns have tabled.
I was coming back from Indiana, and I had just visited a friend who, she had been out. It was her sophomore year, and I hadn't seen her in her school. She'd come visited me at UNH for, like 2 or 3 times within the years that I'd been there. And so I decided, screw it, I'm going to go visit Zoe. And love you, Zoe, if you're listening. I love you. And everything was great. Had an awesome time. She brought me to all these awesome restaurants, and like, she wasn't old enough to drink yet, so we couldn't go out to any bars. But her roommate drove me to the bus stop, ride the bus to the airport. Starts raining. Thinking nothing of it. Get through everything inside at the gates.
Shout out to Spartans 2015.
Oh, sorry. Drum corps. We'll move on. Yep, Zoe suffered through Spartans at the gates. Okay, we're not talking about
We're not
Spartans.
going to go down there.
Indiana.
We'll come back.
Yes, one day. Not today.
Not today.
So I was alone. So I get to the gate, and then the flight gets delayed 45 minutes, and then it gets delayed 2 hours, and then it gets delayed 3 hours, and I start freaking out because by this point I was definitely going to miss my connecting flight. Like, my connecting flight was going to leave 20 minutes from when I was at the gate. So I was flipping shit, and I talking to everyone in the airport. They didn't want to help me. They said that there was apparently a tornado or something that was just chilling around, so they didn't want to send any flights into the air. And then they send me off to Philadelphia with no chance of getting into Boston that night. I had school the next day. Yep, keeps getting rough.
I remember this day.
Yeah, do you remember me calling you and screaming and crying?
This was a horrible day.
In the middle of the airport? I remember screaming, I know I'm making a scene. I hope I'm that person, and I hope you all tell your friends about me in the middle of the airport.
Yeah, that was like really devastating. I felt really bad for you.
It was rough. But, calling out to my friends and screaming and crying in the middle of the airport really got me through it. Got a shout out to Henry and to Whitman, because if I didn't text y'all and get the support from y'all, and Azeb, obviously, but, I don't know if I would have gotten through that. I probably was texting Zoe. I definitely was texting Zoe, and, got to send the love there too. But yeah, I made my way home, got back like 11 o'clock the next day, and fuck class, I guess. I mean, all my teachers were understanding, though, because they're all social workers. Yeah. So you know.
Yeah. Can I share my like how the turns have tabled?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so like my favorite how the turns have tabled experience for me, at least like when traveling, when I went to Dubai. So actually this whole story, so like basically our mom's a travel agent, and whenever she does really well with sales, she gets compensated tickets, so she gets to travel like really interesting places. So one of her clients is Emirates. And like remember when like mom got like free tickets to go to Dubai or whatever. So I come back from college, it's like junior year and it's Thanksgiving weekend, and my mom's like, yo, Azeb, do you want to go to Dubai? Mind you, I don't even know where Dubai is or what Dubai is. And then I was like, hell yeah, after I did some Googling, so like forgive me for not being cultured. And then I watched a documentary about what Dubai was, and I was like, oh, this is actually like kind of super cool. So I was like, word. And then me and mom get on this flight, and then we get there, and then we don't sleep because this chick was like, yo, let's go to the mall. And I was like, word, let's go to the fucking mall, mom. And then so we go to the mall, and it's lit, so, you know, no regrets. And this crazy-ass fountain show with the Lionel Richie song playing, like, all night long, all night. And, like, crazy shit happening. It's great. Dubai is really something else. So we're there. We don't sleep the whole time. And then it's time to come back because we're only there for 3 days, right? And I actually like dramatically emailed my professor and was like, yo, Professor Slowick, my guy, thank God he loves me. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be here because I'm gonna be in Dubai. And he's like, the fuck? So then I'm trying to get through customs, and mom is flying standby, and so there's like just one ticket, and I'm like, well, I got class, so like I gotta go, sis. She's like, it's okay, I'll be all right. So I'm like standing in this passport line. It's taking like 20 minutes, and then I'm freaking out. And so then I get to the like terminal train thing, and it's like all the way at the end of that. I get on it, I get all the way to the end. Time is ticking. Then I get off of the train. I go to find the elevator. The elevator goes all the way up like 6 stories. And I'm like, why the fuck is this fucking airport so big? And then my, what's it called? The fucking jetway thing? The gate. So my, the gates. And then, thank God, my gate, well, not thank God. My gate's all the way at the end of the thing. Thank God I get there and there's still a line. I was like, bet everybody's trying to go back to the U.S. And then I'm walking, and then I peep that my number is like 46 or something. And I was like, damn, my seat is literally all the way in the back of the plane. So it's just little old me, last person on the plane, walking all the way to the back. And then there's this man sitting in my seat. And I was like, excuse me, sir, you're in my seat. I'm exhausted and I'm tired because I didn't sleep for 3 days and like dehydrated and jet lagged. And I just want to fucking sleep and be in my seat. And it's a shitty seat, so please let me just endure this pain. So then he's like, oh, well, actually, would you like my seat? And I was like, why? And he was like, well, my wife is sitting here and, you know, like, you should take my seat. And I was like, okay. So I take his seat, and the ticket says like 10. And I was like, whoa, this sounds like it's like in the front of the plane. So I'm like walking. I'm like, there's no fucking way that this is in first class. Like, no way. I'm just like walking. I'm walking. I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm like, are you dead ass right now? So I get to the like the border where the like carpet is, or not the carpet, the curtain. Wow, I always confuse those two things. Judge me. So then I'm like, yo, are you for real? So it's like the last seat in first class. And I was like, yo. So I open the thing and I look over, and there's this other guy sitting there, and I'm like, hey. And he's just like, okay. And then I was like, I'm going to sit there. And he's like, okay. So then like I put my stuff down, and then I just like lay down. And then they come around and take attendance, and they're like, oh, Mr. and Mrs. blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yep. But I was pretending like I was sleeping. And then literally they tucked me in and everything. They gave me like a face cloth, and then I just knocked the fuck out, which was amazing. And then I woke up and there was like champagne and chocolate, and I was like, wow, must be fucking nice. Yep. So it's like really hard to travel not first class ever since that experience.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, same. I mean, because, you know, since I ended up going to Dubai that March because I got jealous of you, Mom ended up getting that free ticket deal where it was like she had a free first class ticket or business class ticket on the way there, and then a free one on the way back. So she used it there and I used it back. Yeah. And like those seats go all the way down. Like, you know, it's like you can just order food whenever.
Because like you're a tall person. I mean, me and you, we suffer so much trauma when we travel.
Oh my
Turkish.
God.
Airlines.
Oh my god.
Yo, I'm sorry, Turkish
No,
Airlines.
I'm
Whatever
not
ends up
sorry.
happening.
I am not sorry.
I really hate traveling Turkish Airlines.
Facts,
So
man.
if people don't be traveling Turkish, like
Get
I
off.
do not feel
like literally
like,
get on
if
the
you
plane
lose money
to tell
because
them
of
to
this
get off.
episode, I really, really will not feel bad.
I don't at all. Like I
Thank
hope we
you for
make money
providing-
by
yeah.
you losing money.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Facts.
I'm not.
Like, thanks for providing a service for us to get to and from Jerusalem and Ethiopia and America. But yo, can you make more space for tall people?
legit.
Because like this shit ain't working.
The only thing you're
This
doing right
ain't
is
it.
giving me more alcohol whenever I ask for it, but
Facts.
that's
You get
just
us-
you're enabling. That's
Facts.
it.
We get
You
lit.
are not a good boyfriend or whatever you are. Like
No, this is a bad relationship.
that I
This is
gotta
toxic
get
as fuck.
out,
It's like you're just trying to get me to where I need to go, but you're trying to shut me up.
dude. Facts.
Like,
like
excuse
you're gonna
me.
get there.
This is abusive.
Yeah, no one asked for that. She just didn't die for
God.
that.
So, watch out for Turkish.
Yeah.
Don't do more than 7-hour flights with Turkish Airlines, or you're probably going to be miserable.
Unless they're empty.
Yes. And then you can, lay out, but still.
Yeah.
Anyways, that wraps up how the turns have tabled.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding, ding. I feel like we should just, flip the table.
Yeah, we already want to, man.
So
like,
bad. No, okay, I'm going to stop.
It's like one thing.
Anywho,
Ooh, tea time.
Simon, would you like to introduce this one, or
I think you should introduce this one.
I'ma introduce it.
Yeah.
Well, in case you haven't noticed, since we started our conversation, we've been talking about travel, and whatnot and stuff. So pretty much this week's segment is about how to vacation, or just kind of like vacationing with your family, and like how that can be stressful, or just kind of like, favorite memories and stuff. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. So it's actually funny because we did not intend for this, but this weekend I'm going on vacation with my mom and dad to go visit my cousins in San Francisco and Oakland, and Simon is staying behind, and
Bye.
he has a free crib and he's chilling.
Yeah.
So my original intention was, hey mom, why don't we go and visit our cousins, right? And then mom was like, yeah, let's do it. And then we buy tickets.
Mom said.
Yeah,
that
mom
it-
sounds
just like that.
Mom was like, yeah.
California.
California, bruh. I can't do an Ethiopian answer for bro. Accent.
Bruh.
Bruh. Let's go.
Let's go.
No.
I
Take
don't
it back.
know.
I take it
I
back.
don't know.
It was so
All right, go
ugly.
back.
Alright. Way good day. You see those waves? Gnarly, dude.
They don't have waves like that in back home.
Oh, they have no waves at all. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back.
All right.
We have waves.
Since we lost it,
I don't know if there's Ethiopian surfers in Ethiopia, but
There's not.
if there are, let us know.
Maybe.
Surf's up, bro.
Gnarly.
How do you say bro? Bamaranga.
Wyndham.
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 Forgive us. So, anywho, so then a couple days later, she's like, "Oh my god, I want to tell you a crazy secret." I was like, "Okay, mom." Yes, I know I'm switching up her
It's
voice.
I'm down with this.
And then she was like, "I invited your dad to come with us," and I was like, "Bitch, it's Valentine's Day weekend, and you're gonna make me fucking third wheel with you and dad. This was meant to be a girls' trip." So I was like, "Oh, word." And then she's like, "Don't say anything
Was
to it."
everyone that you were gonna visit a girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Wagene and
Wagene and
Medi.
Medi.
Yep.
Yeah. So then she was like, "Oh, well, you know what? Don't tell Wagene and Medi. We're going to surprise them." And I was like, "Okay, mom."
Okay, now it's a real mom voice.
Now I'm really because I got it out. I
Alright,
got it all
alright.
out. So then mom was like that, and then I was like, okay, because I have their numbers, right? I'm not gonna fucking text them and tell them, oh my god, dad's coming, because I'm mad. I'm not that petty.
No.
I'm gonna be like, okay, word, mom, that's cool.
Not yet.
So then you know how dad is when we go on vacations. He's the worst.
Yeah.
Actually, when we do anything, he's like, oh, we have to do something. And then
Unless you're drinking.
yeah, I mean, even if, but he'll complain the whole time before we get there, and then we get there, and he's an angel, and he's having so much fun.
Yep.
And then
He's Bella the ball.
and then he acts like he wasn't complaining ever at any point, and then we'll leave, and he'll be like, "Wow, that was so nice, thanks, Azeb." And then I'm like, "Yeah, the fuck, that's why we do this. It's called vacation. You don't do it." So, anyways, yeah, that's what's happening this weekend. I'm gonna be on the West Coast, Best Coast. Hello. Yeah.
Bye.
Anywho, Simon, what are you gonna do without us while
Okay.
we're on vacation?
Well, I'm boring. So I'm just gonna stay home tomorrow
Mhm.
after work. And then I'm gonna get sleep. And then I heard band Saturday got changed to report time is 7 a.m. for some godforsaken reason.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh my God. I don't want to wake up that early. I gotta get there. I'm gonna be late. But I guess I'm gonna be late to band. And then I'm gonna teach band and do nothing on Saturday. I literally am just gonna be home alone. Like it's gonna be so nice to just have the house to myself and not have our parents. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be so
But
good.
anyways, back to the main topic of discussion.
Vacation.
So, all right. What was the first family vacation you can remember? Like, not even just like with all four of us. Because my first one is like New Hampshire.
That's what I
when
was
we
gonna
used to
say.
go to what's it called? Indian Head?
Is that what it was
Is that
called?
what it's called? Indian Head because of the rock and the reservation?
Maybe. I remember the teepees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it was like low-key super fucked up.
yeah. I
When
mean
you think about
okay,
it.
wow, I've never thought about it like that. Was it run by Native No, yeah, it was definitely
it
white
was in
people. It's New Hampshire. Yeah, that's
Come on,
Oh,
UNH, get
God.
it together.
It's not UNH didn't run
You're
the Indian Head.
UNH.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so anyways, that was fun though.
But that was great.
And that was
'Cause they
like
had
during
that-
this time of year too, because it was like for mom and
we
dad's
do it when it was
anniversary.
cold and they had that hot tub and then they had the indoor pool.
It was lit.
Yeah. The only thing that
And
was
then the Chinese restaurant, but we're not gonna talk about that unless you want to.
Oh my God.
You and your you know what you
my
did.
racism. Oh my God. Well, just being a kid, you're around
Yeah.
a bunch of racist people all the time,
Oh,
and
well,
then you just repeat it all
I
the
mean,
time.
you could explain so people know what's up.
Basically, we were already there, right?
Oh, we were there.
We were
Simon.
like sitting.
We were just waiting.
Oh God.
So we go to this Chinese restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And we're just like, my dad goes up to the lady and is like, hey, like, can we get a table 4? And she's like, yes, of course. I'm not going to do a Chinese accent because I am not going to do that.
Oh.
So, Simon, you tell the rest of the story. You know what you did.
Okay. Well, I basically looked up at the lady and I said, "Hey, lady, I know Chinese."
Okay,
And
just go.
my dad just was like, "No, he does not. No, he does not know Chinese." The lady's like, "Oh my God, that's so cute. Say something in Chinese." And I was like, "Hello, you a Rocky Rady." And my dad just basically did the eye look of "I'm going to kill you." And then the lady just was very, very disappointed and just walked away. And yeah, it was rough.
It was really bad. Dude. It was really,
I would
really
not
bad.
want to be my parent in that moment.
Yeah. But then it kind of, hopefully I hope it definitely made Dad reflect on the things that he says in front of us.
Yeah, true facts right there. Like,
LOL. Okay, so that's like one. So is that
Yeah.
like your first? Is that yours?
Oh yeah, that was what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Do you remember like what your first trip was like with just mom or like?
I remember. I remember going to like Paris and London and
But, like-
Germany, but the only things that I really remember is like being in the airport, hanging out at people's houses,
Yeah.
and then not being able to drink water.
Yeah. Yo.
Like that was like the
I don't remember that. I just remember you throwing up all the time.
okay. Well, I didn't want to think about that. Like,
Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean,
had.
you were reckless though. When we were
Yeah.
in Notre Dame,
I don't remember that. I really don't
Yo,
remember
you
doing
must
that.
have
Mom
blacked
tells
out or
that story
something.
all the time, and
Yeah.
it's just like, what even is it?
okay, so you know how I used to be obsessed with Madeline, like the
Mhm.
cartoon. So like we went to Notre Dame because like there was an episode where she went to Notre Dame, whatever,
Mhm.
because she's like super Catholic and shit.
Yeah.
So we're at Notre Dame, and then we get all the way to the top, and like all of us are just listening to the tour guide, but you were like, "Nah, B, I'm gonna go check out this view,"
Always.
and like you disappeared,
Yep.
and all of us were like, "Where the fuck is Simon?" And we turn, and you're literally on the corner of the building, and you're just like, "Oh my God, this is so cool," and I'm like, "Bro," and Mom probably had a more dramatic reaction than she really needed to.
I remember Mom's.
She's like, "What, Simon?" And then
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh shit, there's something going on."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just the automatic mom response. Just screaming my name how high-pitched as possible.
Yeah.
But I remember the quote that she always says
What?
is, "I can see Paris better from up here."
Oh yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I have a lot of favorite experiences with you traveling, but my all-time favorite was when we were in Ethiopia and we were at Deborah Libanos
Mm-hmm.
and you fell.
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
Well, I think what made it more funny was the fact that, like, when we're going up the hill, there's all the beggars, and, like, you know, like, they're sitting there with their hands out, and they're just, like, praying or whatever they're saying to you.
Yeah.
And then we were going down, and, like, we were given the money, and I was all the way in the front, which is when I fell. And I was just, like, you know, going quickly down, giving everyone, like, the tiny burr that we had, like, the little Ethiopian bucks. And then there was just this rock that I just did not see, and there was I fell way down that hill with these jean shorts on, cut my leg open, and all their hands turned from just like begging to immediately praying and being like, no, like, you know, like, give me a pain, I'm sorry, like, why did this happen? Like,
well, like, how I remember it is, like, we're walking down, and it's, like, Uncle Nebiu, and then me and Tim and you in the front. And we're just walking, whatever. Me and Tim are talking about God knows what. And, like, I saw, like, the beggars, like, 5 feet in front of you, and they're, like, asking you for money. And then you're just walking and trying to, like, avoid them. And then you trip, and it's traumatic. And me and Tim start dying laughing, and Nebby was like, wait, and he's like running to pick you up, and you're just like, I don't know, were you laughing or were you crying? I don't remember.
I was probably laughing. Honestly, I
think it was just funny as hell how they were just like, oh my god, or like, well, they have like flies in their eyes and shit, like, felt so bad. It was really dramatic. But it was funnier when we got to the van.
Oh my god.
And your pants were like kind of fucked up, and your knee was just bleeding, and we're just chilling in the van, and then this other homeless lady just comes up, and she's coming to ask us for money, and then she sees Simon's leg, and she's like, she says a bunch of shit in Amharic. I don't know what she said, but then, like, you know, who translated? Was it Nebiu? Did Nebiu translate?
Yeah.
And he was just saying, like, why did you have to wear shorts today? Why that way? And then even that little boy who was like, double, and then, like, he was like, what? Yo, honest to God, literally, the sound of little children in Addis Ababa just going, mastika, is like haunting, but it's fucking hilarious when you're just like, mastika. So anyways, mastika means gum, right? Yeah, we're trash. We really need to, like, get this shit together.
Yeah, facts. But, like,
please fact check us. Like, fact check us. Let us know. We're just trying to be about the culture, and, you know, it shows. It shows when we're weak. So, forgive us. Our white father can speak more Amharic than us. We're just gonna accept it now. It's okay. Anywho. Yeah. Is there anything you want to add for vacation stuff? Anything to wrap it up? Any last stuff? Any advice you would like to give?
Do you have any that you feel you want to share first?
Oh, fuck yeah. So what I do is, like, I know what it's like traveling with my parents, and, like, I just kind of, how I mentally prepare is, like, I make my own fucking plan, and I tell them straight up. And I think it depends on what kind of a traveler you are. So if you know that your friends and your family travel differently than you, you just have to have that conversation.
Yep.
So, like, what I do is, like, oh, I'm going to this place, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And I communicate, hey, guys, I want to do X, Y, and Z. Excuse me, a burp. I was like, so what do you want to do? And, like, you know, I called Mom, and I was like, okay, Mom, I'm going to go see this person on this day. Whatever plans you have going on, please let me know so that I don't fuck that person over, you know? Or, like, or this person wants to come up. What's a good day for that? So just making sure that your itinerary is set in stone, and, like, being very clear about the things that you want to do while you're there, so you don't feel like you wasted your time and you're not miserable the whole time.
Yep.
You know, that's, like, key, dude.
Yeah. I mean, even Mom and I just travel very differently. I mean, you and Mom are very hand in hand when you travel. You don't need sleep. You do everything, and it's just
because I want to maximize my time.
Not my life. I am very much just, I like as much sleep as possible. I like to be chill
you like to
on
actually
vacation.
Relax.
Yeah, and that's just not how Mom does things at all.
Yeah.
And I wish we had that talk before Dubai, because that first day I could not pull like what you did. You know, like, no sleep and then going straight to the mall. Like, Mom was screaming at me that whole time. But yeah. I just, you know, that's my kind of thing, where if I had that conversation, it would have been
you would have had way more fun. And you were there way longer than I was there.
Yeah.
So you could have, like, actually just kind of, you know.
But I could have had, like, the mental preparation of that instead of what actually happened. Because if I had known that I was not going to get any sleep, I might have tried to get more sleep before I went.
Yeah. I think another helpful tip is just doing your research before you go and like knowing what you're going to do. Because sometimes I'll travel with people and like we don't know what our agenda is until we get there. And like that can be frustrating because it's like then you're wasting time while you're there figuring out the plan instead of like just doing stuff that you could have just been doing.
Because you're like not in control.
Yeah. Or it's just like, you don't have a backup plan and then you're just wasting your time and money. But I mean, that's up to you, Yeah.
Always be prepared to spend more money than you thought at first.
Yeah, and always leave space in your carry-on or in your bag so that you can like put extra shit that you might buy that you didn't think you were gonna buy. A thing that I'm trying to work on is like not buying souvenirs for other people, but it's just kind of second nature for me at this point because I always feel bad when I come home and like other people buy me a souvenir and I don't get them something.
Yep.
And I'm just like, can you not?
Well, I feel like if you've already like created the culture of like I'm a traveler, you're a traveler, like it's like you might get me something from somewhere that you go, I might get you something. Like I feel like it's just kind of a nice thing to do for some people, but you can't get too attached. I've had so many times at UNH where I'd be like, I have to get everyone a gift, and then I get so many gifts and I spend so much money on gifts, and then it's all just no one even got, or not no one, but like 5 people don't get their stuff, and then it's like, well, that's a lot of money waste.
Yeah. Well, I promise I will not be bringing you a souvenir back.
That's fine. You're going to Cali. Like, what?
Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess that wraps up this week's episode of The Freitas Effect.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, and we appreciate you.
This has been fun.